Alright, so this is the trail up. I can get to about here, as you see the tire tracks stop, because that is going to scratch my truck. Or I'm going to back right into that rock. I can't, there's kind of like this little, here, let me see. And there's going to be a whole series. You can kind of see it curves a little bit to the right. Not much, but like if you back up here, the passenger side of my bumper or the front side of my truck is going to hit that. I need to turn, but if I turn, the other side of my truck's going to scrape that. So I got to get rid of that. Push those two rocks back a little bit. And this is not bad at all. My brother actually put that rock there so that I can ramp over that rock. Should make it really easy. Not a lot of clearance needed. And then this a little muddy, I'm going to bring in gravel. I'm probably going to pour a little bit of gravel here, there, and then right here. I'm going to try to bring in gravel all the way to about where that log is. There's a hole there, so I'm going to fill that with gravel. And then underneath me, it is decaying plant matter, but underneath that is actually logs. Like here's one right here. This is an actual log. It's really strong. There's another one right here. So somebody put like logs in here. That's a little squishy, so probably put, but I'm going to put gravel over it. These are not for driving.
Right here and right here.
Yeah, there's logs everywhere. There's another log, and they stop right about here. I put these in. I cut them in half. They're just logs for walking because it was kind of squishy. But I want to cut all that out so I can like swing in. And then I want to put some gravel here, back up, so I can swing right back out. And then this is what we have temporarily. We have a tent. We do have a tarp over it because right now it's like 10 o'clock. Here, let me see what time it is. It's 10:04 p.m. Sun's out, so we put tarp over that. Got two solar panels. Let's see, right there you see two power wires coming from the solar panel going inside. I have an EcoFlow box. That is like a 12 by 8 tent. It's on a platform. And this goes up, over, down. Got that idea from my brother. Over there, got Starlink. So I already got internet. And this is our tent camping site. And then we're going to build a little bit more. So I cut this trail. And somewhere right about here, we actually found wild blueberries, which is pretty cool. So these are wild blueberries. Of course, Caden's going to eat one. He loves them. He's been picking the bush dry. But they're almost pretty ripe, pretty close. Dropped a few trees. See, I dropped that one there. Landed there, cut it up. It's going to be some firewood. Dropped that one over there. Haven't cut it yet. This is where we're going to build. So I have 4 stakes in the ground, all 4. And then these, so I just put these in because I have 2 dogs. I don't want them to like step in the hole. I believe I hit bedrock in all 4. I went about 2.5 feet in this hole, 2.5 feet in that hole, about 2.5 feet, about 3 feet in that hole. But it's all solid. It's not a rock. I've tried to move stuff like that, but it's like solid. And so I started bringing up like this gray clay after the decaying plant matter, and then I started bringing up, no, that's not it. I don't know where I threw it, but it was like a small chunk of like really solid rock. So I believe it's bedrock. I got the stakes. So I'm going to put a concrete piling here tomorrow. We have the stakes, which is going to be how far out the wood's going to go. But all of these, that's a hole. That's how far it's going to go. I'm going to rake all this plant matter out of here. I did find some hiking boots or rubber boots. They're not mine. Mine are brand new. Those look like they've been here for quite a few years. And get rid of that. Dig all this out. And I dropped some of these trees. They're all dead. I didn't want them to fall in the cabin. I still got that one there. Right there. I'm gonna drop that one.
Dad, you dropped this one too.
No, that one was already dropped, bud. I did drop that tree. It was dead. But basically anything that can fall on the cabin once I build, drop it. This, I cleared out a little, but most of it was already clear. Like, I didn't drop this tree. It was already dropped, but I did cut it up a little bit. And then there's another trail here that goes up and down the mountain, but it's kind of blocked. So that's going to be one of my goals after the cabin is done. We're going to try to open up this trail. Tree fell over. That's the property marker, I believe. But we're going to clear all that out. And then it's kind of funny. There's another tree over here that fell over. So anything that's dead, I'm cutting down so that this doesn't happen. Because I definitely don't want to have a cabin and then as soon as the roof is on, you know, something like this crashes through it. I think they call them widowmakers for a reason. They're pretty damn tall. I think the couple ones that are dropped are probably 60, 70 feet tall. But definitely follow if you want to see more. Tomorrow we're going to go get, we're going to dig the holes. This is my older son, Brent.
You're acting like I don't know me from years ago.
It's YouTube. We're going to cut all this up. We're going to start stacking firewood here. I got a string level, I got string, so I'm going to square all this up from stake to stake, hole to hole, dig out the holes. I do have shovels. We're going to stack. I'm probably going to move that firewood pile. I was going to put it there, but it's really close to where I want to build, so I want to move it. So there's a trail down there. It kind of goes to a lower area. Trail down there goes to a lower area. So I don't know where. I may just cut this all out. I got a 3-blade on my weed eater, and it cuts pretty good. And then I got a chainsaw that I'm stepping on. But we're probably going to clear a little area there. I'll build like a lean-to shelter, put all our firewood in there for the winter. Split it all, stack it all. I'm going to need a lot, but I do have to drop. So there's 2 trees here. One's alive, one is dead. I want to drop the dead one, take all that dead stuff, put it in there, dry it out. And there's a lot over there that are dead. Like all the ones, that one there is dead, 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 dead. Anything leaning, I'm going to chop down. But anything alive, I do not want to cut down. So, but that's where we're at. If you want to follow the journey, we're in Alaska. I do have off-grid power. Next couple days, once I pour the concrete and let it settle or dry, I'm going to try to drill a well. We did find a few spots that are pretty marshy, so if I can get water, I'm just going to use like a pitcher pipe for now, or pitcher pump for now. And then later on I'll swap it out for an electric pump. I want to do like a 250 gallon IBC tote and then kind of bury it with dirt with a machine, and then run electric to the cabin for the pump and water. So we'll have like water, and then that'd be pretty cool. Just have a electric pump fill the IBC tote, electric fills the cabin. So basically city life in the wilderness. So, but this is what we're working with right now, and pretty decent. It's going to be 12 by 12. I'm going to go 16 feet tall. They're each going to have a loft on each side. And then, so I'm going to build the bottom floor like a 1-bedroom cabin. And then 2 lofts in the top unless something changes. But that's my current plan. If you guys want to subscribe and follow along, go ahead.